So we've talked to lots of companies that use SecuraHR about why they chose to go with us as a company to use our software in order to get HR compliant and reduce risk. And when we talk to those companies about what motivated them to actually take the step to handle HR compliance, it was one for one in all cases financial risk. So when we talk about financial risk to your organization, what we're talking about are things like employee lawsuits, government fines, employee turnover, reputational risk as a result of lawsuits, fines, and turnover. And that leads to lost customers, as well as value reduction to your company, meaning that the value of your company is actually now dropped because of these things that are not in compliance, and problems with raising money. So time and time again, when organizations are trying to grow and expand and do good things, right? Time and time again, financial risks are things that they're trying to avoid because financial risks will obviously harm your organization and prevent you from growing successfully. And HR compliance or following the HR laws significantly reduces financial risk to your organization. And when we talk to executives or HR professionals and we ask them, like, why is it you went with SecuraHR? Why did you want to get HR compliant in order to reduce risk? And again, it's all of these financial risks that they're trying to handle. They're trying to handle things like, how do we actually put ourselves in the best position possible to not successfully be sued by an employee? How do we get ourselves in a situation where we're not going to be fined by the government for failing to follow the laws? And how do we do the things that we need to do in order to reduce employee turnover? And how all of those things tie into reputational risk, meaning that once you're fined or you're sued or you have employees turnover, they will go online and leave bad reviews. And your company then, the reputation of your company begins to take on the color of a negative organization that isn't following the laws. Or if you're actually sued successfully, the word gets out and now your customers don't want to associate with you because of these bad things that they perceive that you've done to your employees. Value is reduced. I know this from my own personal experience. When I sold a company previously, I had the value reduced to my company because we weren't doing all the HR things, the compliance things that we needed to do. And then, of course, raising money becomes an impossibility because nobody wants to take a bet on a company that's risky, meaning that they're not actually following the law. So when we talk about SecuraHR or making your company secure and safe from these bad things, because you're now HR compliant and therefore able to reduce risk, what we're talking about is making sure that you have access to all of the information needed to be secure with your HR and to actually protect your organization from these financial risks that otherwise get in the way of growth. Thanks.